Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite meals, one of my favorite comfort meals, a sausage and rice casserole. This is not necessarily the time of year you would want to heat up the oven, but this meal is so comforting, and I've been having a bit of a rough week and I just feel like doing something that'll make me feel better. So I'm going to show you how to make this meal. I'm starting off with 2 pounds of ground pork. This is all sizzling away, and in a few minutes I'm going to add some more ingredients, but for right now I'm going to go chop up some onions and some celery, and I'll be back in a bit. A little backstory of this meal. My mom used to make something very similar to this when I was young, and I always loved it, but I found out when I started doing more cooking that she actually used ingredients that had gluten in them. And when I went gluten-free, I didn't know how to make this, so I kind of concocted my own variation on it. It is so simple, but the taste is so good. And this literally takes, let me see if I can count the ingredients real quick here. I think it's like 8 ingredients. It's so quick, but it's so yummy, and this is great for the cooler times of the year, like the fall and the winter, and even in the springtime this is great. You really cannot go wrong with this recipe, and just make a good salad on the side or a nice vegetable. It is delicious. Now this recipe is going to make between 8 and 10 servings, so if you don't want to cook that much, you can cut this in half. It's very simple to do that, and I will be putting the half and the double ingredients down in the description for you to make it easier. So now my sausage is nice and browned. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of butter to this. While I was away, I was cutting up a large amount of onion and celery. Let that melt a bit more. So what I'm going to do is add in the next ingredients. This is about 3 cups of chopped celery and 3 cups of white onion. And I'm going to saute this all together and get this nice and tender. That should only take a couple minutes. And then it's time to assemble this casserole. Oh my goodness, the smell is amazing. The smell in this room, guys, it's amazing. This smells so good. I cannot wait to get eating this. So at this point, I'm going to set my oven temperature to 350 degrees. And I'm going to get my casserole dishes ready. I wish I had smell-o-vision for you all. So I am going ahead and spraying 2 3-quart casserole dishes. If you are doing half of this recipe, you just need 1. But I'm spraying these already, preparing them. And just FYI, this is my favorite cooking spray in the canola oil. I find that the spray is so much smoother and less spurty. It's just a really nice clean spray. So this is the one I go for. This is looking so good now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 cup of rice to each of these casserole dishes. And then I am going to take some chicken broth. I'm going to use an entire bottle of this chicken broth, and this one is my favorite. Sometimes the organic goes on sale for less than the regular free range, so I will get whichever one is on sale. I'm going to take this whole container, 32 ounces, and I'm going to split this in half between the 2 casseroles, so 2 cups in each. I will usually try to drain a little bit of fat from this. Because as you can see, there is definitely some fat in there. So I'm not going to drain it dry. I just wanted to get a good amount out of there. Ugh, the smell, the smell. So now I'm going to try to measure this out and put about half of this mixture into each of these casseroles. So now that I have approximately half of the mixture in each of these, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a stir just to help get some of that sauce on top of all the topping, the meat and vegetables. So just do that. My oven is preheated, so I'm going to put a lid on each of these. So these are going to go into the oven for 1 hour at 350 degrees. I forgot to mention that there is one more ingredient to sprinkle on the top of this, so only cook it for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to top it with some slivered almonds. So I've got some slivered almonds here. I'm just going to take a little handful and just sprinkle it over the top of each of these casseroles. It's really not for flavor, it's just for a bit of crunch. Place the lids back on and continue cooking this for the additional 15 minutes. So the alarm has gone off. It is time to pull this out of the oven. And there you have it. So let me know if you try this recipe. Let me know what you think of it. Love to hear from you. Just leave me a comment below. Thanks so much for stopping by the Stitching Cafe. I hope to see you next time, and until then, ciao for now and bon appetit.